morning, everybody. Welcome to the Sicilian Corner. Bill Dorazio sitting right over here, and I'll tell you, if anybody knows and has the feel for slot machines, I don't know anybody that is better versed in the language of slot machines.
You've been doing it for a while.
You've been doing it for a while. That's
and how's it worked out for you, Bill?
Do we really want to go there? Probably the same as everybody else.
Same as everybody else, right?
Lou, how are you?
Very good.
You know something, this weather, oh my gosh.
Beautiful today.
Yesterday, and I mean, you want to be outside all day long. And to see everything, you walk around and all of a sudden you see something coming out of the ground. A couple of days later, thing is up 6 inches, It's between tulips and daffodils and Jesus, just hyacinths. It's just a pleasure to walk around and see.
If I can't eat it, I don't care what's coming out of the ground.
Bill's a very practical guy. I like it.
I can see that. He reminds me of Roger Trudell. He's another one. Not too much with flowers and plants, but when it comes to planting tomatoes,
He's got no time for the spa. He's good. If I can't eat it, it's no good to me.
That's right. If my wife needs a plant, I buy her a pot of basil. All right, we're
go.
good.
Now you're talking.
the gift that keeps on giving all summer.
That's right.
Really, what's better than picking up a few leaves and putting it in your salad or marinating, making a little whisk out of it, and spreading something over your chicken breast with it, using it like a little brush. Oh my God, that flip. I like keeping some in my pocket just to smell good. I do.
It's the same cologne.
That's it. It's a hell of a lot cheaper.
It sure is.
You rub your hands in that. Man,
I know.
it stays with you all day long. It's a wonderful thing. But it's just, you talk about rebirth. That's why I always said that I thought New Year's that Louis should be May 1st, like when we're getting into the nice weather, I think, because of the rebirth and everything else.
Oh yeah.
The first day of spring, and it's just the grass is so green. I mean, you want to take your clothes off and just roll around.
Okay.
I don't know about my new neighbors, but that's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. That's for sure. But I need to get my grass cut. I've been holding off because I had quite a few areas that I had to reseed. I got a lot of animals in the area, so they make a lot of holes here and there. And so I picked up like 3-4 yards of loam, and I've been spreading it, leveling it off, and I put some grass seed down, peat moss, and it's really coming in nice.
Oh, nice.
But I've been holding off because I don't want to go. I got a John Deere, and it's powerful, and I don't want to pick up the seed that hasn't,
That makes sense.
So I've been playing this game. I figured I'll go out and I'll water every place I put seed, which is a pretty good size areas around. And maybe when I get to those areas that I just reseeded, I can cut the power back a little bit so I don't suck up. So I'm going to give that because I have to cut it. I mean, I'm getting to a point now where
do you raise the deck at all?
I got it up. I put air in the tires. The thing looks like it's ready to go on one of those monster mashes where they race, where they stand up on end or whatever the case may be. Hey, you and I became friends a while back, and the one thing that we do have in common is you like to play the slots. I like to play the slots. You may play a little bit more than I do, but that's okay too. But we also look at it as a place to go that we treat it like a little mini vacation.
Absolutely.
And to me, that's what I enjoyed. You love to go out to eat.
I do.
You like going to good restaurants.
I do.
And it's the whole package. You're staying in a beautiful hotel room, so you play a little, a couple of hours here, a couple of hours there. The only thing is we do have a different approach to things. I mean, I ever since day one, I have always felt that I always limited myself to the amount of money that I can lose. And usually what I base that on is if I'm getting a free room, say one of the Connecticut hotels, how much is that room actually worth?
And that's a good way to look at it.
All right. Is it $200? Sounds fair.
Mhm.
So I limit myself to 200 in the afternoon when I get there. And if I lose that 200, and you know, because you and I communicate quite a bit,
Right.
if I lose the 200 right at the get-go, Lou, I have no problem. I could be there 15 minutes. I could be there 10 minutes. If 200 disappears,
Mike disappears.
see you later. I'm like smoke.
Yeah.
I'm gone.
Yeah.
See you later. And I don't care. I'll go outside in the park, walk around.
It's beautiful there to walk around if you go to Encore.
Yeah,
Come on, we both know it.
I mean,
Gorgeous down there.
it's as good as any Vegas hotel.
It is.
You know, we've got Nancy DeMarco now. Nancy usually, she kind of forgets what time our show starts. So
Yeah, she's on time.
She's always late.
Sounds like my wife, and her name's Nancy.
She's always late. Today, look at this. I'm so proud of you.
Mhm.
But she's been with us all these years, and something that's fine.
That's
But
great.
getting back, everybody has a system that it may work for them, not for everybody. I mean, in the long run, if you stay, the house has a built-in average. They're gonna beat you, and this is where a lot of times luck comes in, plays an important role. I mean, you could be sitting in the machine, Bill, and
You know what the most prominent strategy I see is
what's that?
in everything, whether it's slots, sports gambling, things like that, is keep betting till you lose. That's the most prominent strategy I see.
I can't.
That's so true.
I have some friends. I had this one girl in particular, she very, very grew up with my wife. So she says, every time you go to Foxwoods, you do fairly well. What machine do you play? Now, she called me. They were there.
Mhm.
She called me on the phone. I says, I don't know if it's still there, but look for this machine. I told her how to get there.
Mhm.
And she's talking to me as she's walking. So she finds it. So she goes and she sits down. Second spin, she's still talking to me. Second spin, she hits for 750.
Nice.
If I hit for 750, I would take half of that, take 300 and change, put it away.
Yep.
And play with the other 350. So I'm guaranteed to walk out of there a winner.
That's a great strategy.
She sat there. By the end, and she was there for like 3-4 hours. She ended up giving back that 750 plus money of her own.
Yep.
That's usually what happens.
That killed me. I mean, it wasn't me, but I started getting
I did that with $7,000 one time.
no.
I did. I was up $7,000.
It's just extra painful.
It came so easy. It's like, oh, this was easy. So you keep going and going. Before you know it, gone. And this was in Vegas. I was leaving the next day. Bad.
Oh my! I would have pulled a blue lady into the garage, left it running, put the old station on, the oldie station. I wouldn't be able to sleep.
I needed you with me. Here's half, Mike.
I
Hold it.
wouldn't be. And
Till we leave.
my wife Lucille,
Yeah.
a lot like you, she figures, well, I'm up 250. Today might be my day, so she thinks she's going to get that 250, make it
Yeah.
5. And very seldom it does happen.
Right.
It does happen.
And most gamblers think that way.
The last time you were, Nancy Greco was saying good morning to all. Happy Friday.
Good morning, Nancy.
She was scratching a $50 scratch. Hey, she
Nice.
won. Oh, she bought a $50 scratch ticket and she won $100. Hey,
Nothing wrong with that. Doubled her money.
I mean, you keep doing that, girl. You know something?
I'd be running to the casino.
Yeah, see,
It's my day.
That's not the way it works.
Exactly.
It doesn't
Lou.
quite work.
exactly.
Louis, do you have one machine that you like to play? Is there something that hits you go to? Because I limit myself to 2 or 3 machines, and Bill kind of knows because we do talk quite a bit.
Yeah, what's the machine, Bill? Buffalo Gold,
Buffalo Gold.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There's a bunch of Buffalo, but
We keep getting the Buffalo heads.
Yep.
Try to get fill up
Well,
15 of them.
Whenever I'm gambling, I go online first and play free games and just try to
that's
learn
smart. Yeah,
learn how
learn
to
the
do
game.
it.
Sure.
Learn a little bit. So I'm familiar with that. So I feel comfortable with that machine.
I got
That Buffalo Gold, that's got a payable return of 96%. So that's a good choice.
Yeah.
That's a good choice.
So is in pinball, you can't find it anymore. The old pinball machines.
Sure, the ones that pay to get rid of. What do you think? Think they were born tomorrow? No, they're not. They're not. They're there to make a profit.
Those in top dollar were the most highest paying machines. 100%.
For me, I don't like sitting in a machine with like 5 reels and not knowing what I'm looking at. Is that a winner? Is that not knowing what I'm rooting
The
for?
element of surprise.
Yeah, exactly. I don't like that.
You know, they
I like
actually
to see it unfolding.
I got you.
there actually is a machine called the Quick Hit Platinum.
Yep.
And if you look and see what the payable return is, it's 96%. I would never have thought that with a quick hit.
Me neither.
I was
Me neither.
shocked.
I'm shocked at that.
I don't do much research on slots because, like I said, I have one machine that I play.
Well, you play old school reel machines.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
want to
the-
play that. I want to start.
And the RTPs are much better on the old school reel.
You either win big.
Mhm.
I mean, there's no free games. There's very few bonuses, if any. But you can sit in that machine for a long time because when it does hit, it hits. And the max play is only $3. And I say only. It's a lot of money to a lot of people
Yeah.
to play. But you got these penny machines. My God, $7, $8. They call it a penny machine. What a freak. What are you, nuts? $8 a spin?
Yeah.
I mean,
And think about it. If you're playing on those machines and you can play for a long time, like you said, the comp earners, right? Because that's what you're doing. You're earning
Yeah.
comps. So the longer you can hang on the machine, the better your comps are going to be, obviously.
speaking of comps, when you do have a session on a machine, what do you try to get to, like 300? Is that a considerable? Like, let's take Encore for instance, because we're both familiar with
Sure.
that. Is that good or is that average? Or
You're talking $300?
you know how you get points in your machine?
Oh, okay.
A session, playing a
I
session.
get you. Each casino is different because you don't know how they rate you as far as
Okay.
comps. You know, they all go off of ADT, right? The average daily theo. In other words, how much money you put through the machine. They all go off of that. And then there's a few other scenarios.
So
that they add
it's
to it.
money in, money out.
Yes, and time spent on the machine.
Yeah. I'm a very slow player.
Yeah.
I think you know that. I mean, I hit the machine, watch what happens. I reach out. I want a hot cup of coffee. First thing I do is I make friends with the hostess, the girl who's on the
To
floor.
make sure she knows you're there. I got it.
Okay. So I'll give her a $10 bill and I'll say, listen, I want the coffee fresh and I want it hot.
Mhm.
Can you do that for me? She said, yes, sir. And
No problem.
they come around and, they look, and if they see the cover off, that means time for another cup of coffee.
Sure.
But you get into a habit, and I hit the button, watch, see what happens. Then I reach out, and I'm sitting on the end. I'm sitting on a corner because I like watching the traffic walking by. And, I like evaluating people. And sometimes I'll see a couple and I'll say, what in the world is she seeing him?
That's normal reaction.
Or just the other way around.
People
Sure.
watching, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, people watching.
We do. That's what we do.
And then I'll check my phone because I'm getting a ton of texts as the day is going on. And between me hitting the machine again, I mean, you'd probably hit it 5 times to my 1,
Probably.
more than likely. And I'll sit there. So I do get the time in.
Right.
But like I said, I need enough room. I want my legs crossed. I want to be comfortable. If I had a backhoe lounger, I'd use it. One of those things you can lay down on. But it's one of the very few things, Louis, that I can do where I can shut my mind off.
Exactly. You're in another world.
I'm in another world because I have a habit. I'll be driving, and I'm thinking about what's going to happen Saturday. I need to be here next Monday. Here, I go into no man. It's like I got blinders on.
Sure.
Peaceful, quiet.
It's our oasis.
If
I agree.
if
I love
somebody's playing a machine, so I can watch it, I can see them, and they hit a bonus, I stop playing. I watch and see how she's going to do or
Sure.
he's going to do.
Yep.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
it's
gotcha.
just. But to me, it's I unwind. That's the key word. I think that's what it is. I
Sure.
unwind.
Yeah.
You know, I may be thinking about supper, what I'm going to have, but other than that, I mean. So when's the last time you were in Vegas?
18 months ago.
Oh, it's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Are you suffering?
No, because Vegas is different than when I first started going.
How so, Bill?
To me, it's more commercial. It's more condensed. If you go there, and when I first started going, large sidewalks, anywhere you could walk, no problem. Now they built up all the way out to the strip. You have very narrow sidewalks bumping into people everywhere.
I know.
Resort fees at every hotel, parking at every hotel.
That's
it's
another
insane.
thing. Louis, parking.
Nickel dime to death.
Yeah.
I mean, they hit you for everything.
Yeah. And the
Park.
food prices too.
Yeah.
Food prices are way up too. Everybody will tell you. I still, on my other group, Everything Las Vegas, same thing. People always comment on how expensive it is to go to Vegas. Just for
A
the food.
buffet's a thing of the past.
They're still out there. Some of them you can get cheap if you go off strip, but I mean on strip you're still going to pay good money. $100 buffet, Mike.
Yeah.
Caesars.
$100.
$100
First of all, I'm
buffet.
not a buffet person. Number one.
Okay, but I'm just saying they're not cheap.
But my friend Butchie, Big Butch, had a system, and we'd be at Caesar's Palace or
Had a
wherever.
buffet system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he would get up and he'd case the whole joint, you know, he'd walk the whole case. And they would have the crab legs, the snow crab legs. And he would get the biggest dish that they had, a plate.
Yeah.
And he would get 4 or 5 of them, put them east and west. Then he'd get 4 and 5 and put them the opposite way. Then do another layer. And then he'd have 5 or 6 layers of these legs. And the plate would be this high. And that's all he'd get.
Yeah.
And he'd be walking through the area, the cafeteria or whatever you want to call it. Everybody would be staring because that thing didn't jiggle. It didn't move. It didn't dare to.
He had a good system.
And he would sit there. You couldn't talk to him.
Hmm.
He would nod his head once in a while. That was about it. But I remember Big Butch, and I think about him and how he handled that. I mean, it was very, very unique. Very, very unique. But I noticed a lot of the buffets, the MGM, that just phased out, I believe, the end of March. And that was a good one. That was a big one.
Caesars had the best deal.
Yeah.
All of their properties, buffet pass. You pay $50. It was good for 24 hours. You could eat wherever you wanted, any one of their
How much can
buffets.
you eat?
I'm telling you, it was you have breakfast at say Caesars.
Oh,
Then you
I
go
see.
to the Rio, you could have lunch at the Rio, and then you come back and go to Bally's and have dinner. It was fantastic. For $50, it had to be within 24 hours though. It was
Did you ever stay at the
unbelievable.
Rio?
I did.
I like the Rio. Rio was very nice.
They stole my medicine there.
They what?
You what?
The housekeeping people or whoever got in my room and stole my medication,
Huh.
my pills. They probably thought it was some type of drugs that they could use. Yeah.
Wow. I liked it because of where it sat.
Yeah.
You know, it was
Right.
behind
Well,
Caesars.
yeah.
And in the morning, they'd have this freight train that would come by. Louis, I counted the cars one day. There was 161 cars. 161 cars. That thing kept on rolling and rolling. I says, me, if I'm ever sitting like in my car waiting for this thing to go by, I'd go freaking bananas.
They're bringing the Mexicans in so they could pass the cards out on the street.
I mean, unbelievable. But Prince, that's where he used to do his residency. He used to,
Yeah, okay.
he used to perform there a lot.
Sure.
So one day, my wife and I were getting on the elevator, and him and his 2 associates get on. I never seen a man smaller than him.
Well, he's not a
Really?
big guy.
He was so miniature. Jesus, Mary, if he weighed
A
100
hell of a
pounds,
talent too.
oh,
Really,
and
really talented.
super polite. I mean, you know, and he put on a hell of a show. We went to see him at least probably 3 times, but I couldn't get over the size.
You went to see Prince?
Lucille loved him.
Trying to imagine you in the Prince audience.
Did you have a little red Corvette?
Are the both of you done? No. No, let me know.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, Mike.
Why wouldn't I like Prince?
I just doesn't seem like your avenue.
I have an open mind toward music.
I get it.
You think I'm stuck in the 50s?
Not at all.
Yeah, you do.
Not at all.
Yeah, you and Tommy Zappala, both of you.
No, just
All you do is pick on me.
Like Bruno Mars?
Same thing.
Do you like it?
I like him.
Yeah, me too.
I like.
oh no, I'm not a big Bruno Mars fan.
I like the blues. I enjoy the blues. That's why I have a tendency to like going to New Orleans.
Okay.
Prince is the best guitar player ever,
You know something? You're right.
and it's not even close.
Wow.
It's not even close.
And you're a musician, so I mean, for you to say
Wow.
that, you know,
I can't even put that in the same conversation. But yeah,
unbelievable.
I mean,
Unbelievable.
But Hendrix was the guy back in
incredible
our day.
guitar player.
The shows in Vegas now have changed drastically from years ago,
Mhm.
when you had like one star, and they would be out there and they'd be there for 3-4 months, and I mean, we saw so many, seeing Elvis Presley, I mean, to me it was like
That had to be amazing.
I was in awe.
Yeah,
I
that would've
really,
been
because I grew up with them.
Sure.
I like, Bill, you know what I gotta do? I gotta take a break.
Sure. Let's
All
do
right?
it.
You don't mind?
Nope, let's do it.
All right, then we're gonna listen. I want to know what machine I should be playing.
Sure.
I want to be like you.
You want to change?
I want to be like.
I want to be like you. So
Louis, why don't you take us out, buddy?
Wow, this is Esther of You, Me, and Sicily. I want to talk to you about Tommy Amin and the great staff at Butcher Boy Market. Families, foodies, and home chefs come together at Butcher Boy to talk good food and create traditions. They offer the best in quality cuts of beef, pork, lamb, poultry, and restaurant-style steaks and chops. Produce? All of their produce is hand-selected to complement any meal or even to make it your main course. Their deli serves fresh roast beef, turkey, and beautiful imported Italian cold cuts, cheeses, and antipasto. And don't forget the Butcher Boy Bakery, featuring sweet delectables from all over the state, as well as their very own bakery. That's Butcher Boy, where the secret to a great steak is, of course, the steak. Located at 1077 Osgood Street in North Andover, Massachusetts, in the Butcher Boy Plaza. Ciao!
Legacy Care Law Firm provides estate planning and elder law services to people in the greater Merrimack Valley and southern New Hampshire areas, with offices in North Andover and Woburn, Massachusetts, as well as Nashua and Salem, New Hampshire. Discussing family and financial matters with an attorney can be intimidating, but our goal is to help you prepare for the future as you preserve your legacy. We help clients qualify for government medical benefits and ensure their estates are preserved for their families so they don't need to worry about their estate being wiped out by high nursing home expenses. Legacy Care Law Firm attorneys are here to support your journey toward a more secure financial future.
This is Tom Zappala. Located in the heart of downtown Haverhill, the Haverhill Beef Company is a full-service, old-fashioned butcher shop and meat market that continues to be a valued family tradition since 1952. Peter and Monica Carboni's Haverhill Beef offers individualized service from an outstanding selection of marinated sirloin tips, homemade sausage, marinated chicken, and thick, juicy Chairman Reserve steaks. Your family deserves the best, so call Peter at 978-374-4795 or visit their website at www.haverhillbeef.com.
At Catadella Funeral Home, we reinvest in our business to provide your family with the best facilities. It begins with a beautifully landscaped exterior, parking for 250 vehicles, and a comfortable and inviting access to our renovated interior. Funerals can be costly, so you should review and compare plans to make sure you receive services that are fairly priced. I invite you to experience the Catadella difference in cost, facility, and service.
Catadella's honoring and celebrating the lives of the people we loved, providing exceptional care since 1929.
Italian artisan cuisine combines simple, fresh ingredients with time-honored preparation to create an incredible culinary experience. At Tuscan Kitchen, located in Salem's historic Depot District, talented chefs prepare everything in-house from scratch for all to see. Guests enjoy their meal literally in our kitchen as food is prepared right in front of you. Wood ovens burn from morning till night, roasting vegetables, baking bread, and firing delightful thin crust pizzas. Prime steaks are seared on a wood grill. A rotisserie slowly roasts marinated whole chickens and lamb, while a pasta maker creates fresh fettuccine. More than just artisan cuisine, Tuscan Kitchen features the wine bar, live entertainment, weekly wine tastings, and elegant private dining and event space. Call 603-952-4875 or visit TuscanKitchen.com to make a reservation and learn more about the culinary adventure that awaits. In Italy, cooking is an art form. Tuscan Kitchen. Experience artisan Italian.
Play more, earn more, win more at Encore Boston Harbor. Sign up for Win Rewards today and score $50 in free play instantly. Score even more as you play your favorite games. New members will also receive $25 in free play for every 100 tier credits earned playing with your new Win Rewards card. Highly rewarding instantly. Visit EncoreBostonHarbor.com for more information. New members only. Further terms and conditions apply. If you or a loved one is experiencing problems with gambling and needs support, call 800-327-5050 or visit GamblingHelplineMA.org to speak with a trained specialist. Specialists are available 24/7 and services are free, confidential, and available in multiple languages.
This is Cindy.
And Mike Kunstler,
Owners and operators of Four Oaks Country Club and Grazie Italian Restaurant in Drake, Massachusetts.
Grazie Italian Restaurant is the hidden gem of the Merrimack Valley.
Why is that?
We have an incredible chef, Oscar Figueroa.
In the words of local famous chef and restaurant owner Lydia Shire,
Oscar thrives on hard work.
He is capable and gifted.
No one makes better food. Scallops, seared to perfection.
House-made ravioli with farm-fresh local corn.
And buttery, tender, lazy man's lobster, just to name a few.
You have to come experience Grazie Italian Restaurant for yourself.
Grazie Italian Restaurant, located at Four Oaks Country Club, 80 Meadow Creek Drive in Drake, Massachusetts. Hope to see you soon.
And we are back. We have Bill Dorazio sitting next to us. And Bill enjoys... You're retired now, right?
I'm Italian.
More or less?
More or less.
More or less. All right. But when it comes to going to different casinos and enjoying what they have to offer, and they do have a lot to offer, they really do. Bill is in a class of one as far as I'm concerned. And we talk quite a bit. I've learned a lot about slot machines from him. I'm a peon when it comes to playing. That's why I enjoy the slots, because they seem to last. You can last a little bit longer. Andy Parisi, Andy's one of our regulars. He's saying hello, and
Andy.
He's actually congratulating Nancy DeMarco for joining on time. Nancy Greco, and they're going back and forth. Rick Andre.
Ricky's a good kid.
No, he plays at the Chinese restaurant,
the Lokai and
Drake.
Sure.
I mentioned Elvis, and
he's amazing.
Look who writes it.
He's amazing.
Yeah, he is good, isn't he? You know, we had our 60th high school reunion, Lou, a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Almost 3 years now.
All four of you?
6.
Okay.
Yeah. We had to expand. We had to put up a little table, not much, like a
push
bistro,
two tables
a little
together?
bistro table.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. But we had Ricky perform, and he takes it very seriously. I mean,
he's a master at his craft. He really is.
I mean,
he studies that to the T, and
the moves,
amazing,
and the costume. I mean, that costume that he was wearing. I mean, I think he said it was like $3,000.
He get it from the same company that Elvis got his from.
I know.
Yeah,
amazing. I was just going to say that. That's unbelievable. No, Ricky's a young man, good-looking dude, and you know something? He's a tribute artist.
And he's a great person, too.
Nice kid.
Love Ricky. Yeah.
I like him a lot. We mentioned about Vegas. Tourism is really, like last year in particular, tourism was off quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And you kind of hit it on the head when you said, you know, they're nickel and diming you to death.
They are.
No matter where you look, they're trying to reach in your pocket. And people are used to going to Vegas, at least my generation. I mean, we would go and everything was complimentary almost, the hotel room just to get you there because they figured you were going to play. Just to get you there, they offered you stuff.
Right. They comp you dinners.
Now,
whatever.
I mean, you're paying $25 to $50 to park your car.
Do you find it's still gambling centric, or is it more resort, vacation, family centric?
Good question.
I think it's more resort, family.
Yeah.
Not as much family, but more resort, and people want to go out there to just have a good time and let loose.
Yeah.
Not as much gamble as it is to go out, have a few drinks with friends. And
Yeah, it feels like they've
just
changed
kind of
their
enjoy
focus.
everything.
Yeah.
They have. It's a different dynamic altogether than when I first started.
Well, the
going out
universe changed. Gambling is everywhere.
there. Right, and that's one of the issues, right? You can gamble at home rather than have to go to Vegas.
On your phone. Yeah, to your point. Yeah.
I think that's awful dangerous, especially to younger people.
It is.
Being able to get your phone and place a bet. I think it's not good.
Not a good thing.
And it's also cannibalizing
No,
some.
what's bad is the probability markets, Kalishi and things like
I
that.
agree with you
That
100%.
Bitcoin and so forth.
No,
Yeah. No.
like Kalishi has, you can bet on whether
Like who is going to
Just-
become Pope?
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
I mean, things like that.
whether bills are going to pass.
I got you.
It's just,
You see it, these congressmen that are running,
Yes.
insider trading. One guy made $400,000, $400,000. You wonder why there
They
isn't
just-
one person in Congress.
they
That's
just
not a
brought
million.
charges against a military personnel.
I saw that.
Oh, for the arrest of the leader there,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, but he made some money in that market.
Yeah, $500,000.
He had inside information. Yeah.
$400,000. Crazy.
Unbelievable.
And apparently it's okay for Nancy Pelosi, but it's not okay for him.
All right. I don't want to go down that road with politics.
I got it in.
Poor Martha
you
Stewart. Poor Martha Stewart got screwed over so badly.
Well,
They
yeah.
were looking for a scapegoat.
I have no
And they
sympathy
went
for
after her
Martha
for
Stewart.
insider trading. Ay, ay, ay.
She's doing fine.
Yeah, I know.
Restaurants everywhere now.
She's a nice lady. I like her a lot.
She hangs out with Snoop.
Yeah, that's it.
Nancy Greco wants to say, I want to print some $100 bills. Something.
Don't we all, Nancy?
Yeah, really. If we can get away with it, that
Sure.
would be great. That would be great. But Vegas, is it getting cannibalized from all these other casinos that are opening up? Or is it still the lure that it was, except it's different? I know you mentioned family, and about 10, 15 years ago, they tried to go to family routine.
Right.
They tried to cater to families, to kids, and this, that blew up in their face.
Right.
That did not work. But what they've done now, to their credit, and they got the room. They're bringing in professional sport teams.
Right.
I mean, you got football, you got basketball, and I mean, they're bringing in the Formula One cars. Last year, 300,000 people came.
Yeah.
They estimated they spent $1 billion in Las Vegas.
Yep.
Right. So they looked at it, right, and said, okay, we need a new revenue stream, right? What can we do? So to your point, Vegas keeps reinventing itself.
Yeah.
So these sports arenas, these sports teams, people want to come and watch their teams play. Where are they going to go? They're going to go to Vegas, and they're going to spend money while they're there. So to your point, that's why they raise money that way.
But running these huge casinos is so expensive, from the restaurant parts right down to, to just help. Help is scarce, and to get help, and the unions are forcing you to pay a certain percentage, and it's tough to make ends meet. You look now at the slot machines, and they represent, and they're probably the number one income maker for gambling, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, more so. I used to think for years it was the tables that made the most
Definitely
money.
not.
No.
Definitely not.
Definitely.
But let me ask you this: why, if tables are dropping off, especially like poker rooms, they've closed like 4 or 5 poker rooms in Vegas in the last 2 years. I mean, there's
Because they're
nothing.
not moneymakers.
They're not money makers.
Right.
No.
And they're occupying real estate. They could use that real estate for something else that generates revenue.
And it's a niche group, because in the poker room, you have some control over your winnings. The customer has some control, unlike a
true.
slot machine, which is all controlled by the house,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
So the poker machine, it got people don't play poker. The casual person doesn't play poker anymore because they don't want to. They don't want to screw up the other poker players. It's kind of intimidating, actually. Most of the table games are this way.
Yeah.
So they just go to the slots.
Yeah.
And again, the house has more control over the slots than they have over the table games. So, I mean, with the exception of maybe roulette.
Yeah, roulette is a high profitable item for a casino. That's for sure. That's for sure. But instead of having, if I was a casino owner or I had something to do with it, and I noticed like I'm getting less players on the tables, instead of having it $25 a hand, why not drop it back a little bit so the average person like Louie and myself and you can sit down and, you know, if you're losing $10, it's one thing. If you're dropping 25,
right,
it gives you reason to pause. I mean, I'd rather have a piece of the pie than no pie.
Why? They'll just move that piece of pie out and throw a few slot machines in, and it's going to increase their revenue immensely.
That's floor space where 10 machines could go
exactly.
That's not necessarily so, I don't think, Bill, because I look at Foxwoods and, you know, altogether there's close to 7,000 machines, slot machines. And yet in New England, they're not the number one casino.
Oh, Foxwoods?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're not.
Yeah.
Mohegan Sun, and they're drawing a lot of people from New York. I get that.
Yeah.
They're the number one casino, and you know Foxwoods comes in, and then there's Encore, and Encore, you know, just shy of $1 billion. I think that's what their numbers were, right?
Right.
Last year. I mean, Jesus, Mary and Joseph.
But that can only last so long.
I know.
Because to Lou's point earlier, there's so many new casinos popping up. New Hampshire's putting them all around the border. So they know what they're doing, and it's going to pull from the other casinos, whether it be Foxwoods, Mohegan, Encore. That's the deal. That's the game right now. The only difference is they don't have hotels.
That's a big difference, because to me, a hotel, I like spending the night. I like having a good dinner. I don't want to worry about getting in the car. And
but who's going to spend the night in Nashua? No disrespect to Nashua.
No, you're right. He's absolutely right. It's not a resort as a destination. And people are going to say, who wants to spend the night in Everett? But you're right outside of Boston. So
well,
you can't.
Everett has Boston.
But they also spent $2.5 billion to build it. I mean, $67 million before they even
It's a
put
beautiful
the first.
facility. The room's amazing. And
To me, when I'm driving on 93 and I get off on 99, your favorite, why don't you get those stupid potholes fixed? What the, I mean, Encore has already paid Massachusetts over $1 billion in taxes.
Right.
$1 billion. You'd think that they could just hot top that little freaking section. I mean, come on, it's terrible.
I swear they do it to keep people from speeding that. I swear.
Too busy building bike lanes.
The blue.
Yeah, there you go.
That's another stupid freaking thing. Don't get me going on those bike lines.
Oh, there's a lot to get going on. In the
I
state.
know. True. True. But those bike things, in the wintertime, the roads are narrow enough.
Sure.
I mean, Jesus, you got the obstacles. Yay. If I had a plow, I'd knock them all over. Plow into
instant hood ornaments.
just like the guy who plowed in my street this year. I put up my stakes.
Yeah.
Ooh, look at this. He doesn't want us to hit his stakes. We boom, 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 all the way down because the snow is so high. I live in a very narrow, very small. We got 14 houses, but every one of them, he managed to mash every single one of them.
He's pushing a big pile of snow.
Well, this is it.
Yeah.
It's no joke. It's no. Where do you put it? You have to try and keep the road.
I've seen parking stones piled up on the side of the road.
Yeah, right. I've seen those.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy. But I don't know, New Hampshire, and they must be making money or they wouldn't keep opening. I mean,
I'll tell you, on a Friday and a Saturday night at the Nash, because that's near my house and I go there occasionally because that's where my wife likes to go now.
Does she dictate?
Yeah, she would rather go to Encore. 100% rather go to Encore, but because of how far we have to drive, It's
Yeah, you're kind of in the middle of nowhere.
We moved
Yeah.
in
Bad move.
2021, right?
Bad
For
move.
me, it was because it was a nice, easy shot to Encore.
You should have moved to Malden.
Next to my
Right
uncle's.
down 99.
Next to my uncle's at Dom Sausage.
Right down to 99.
But that
Yes.
doesn't seem to be a slowing down. I mean,
No,
not
it's
my
no.
experience.
No.
It's still open.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
you know something.
They're
it's-
packing the place
Yeah.
5-6 nights a week.
Yeah.
It's busy as hell.
Is busy where you are?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super busy.
and they're adding. I mean, they're adding on.
Yeah.
So I mean, that kind of speaks volumes.
Sure.
Ricky Andre was saying that he's gonna. I guess he's gonna be in Vegas for
Elvis Fest.
Elvis Fest.
That must
I
be a
didn't know
trip.
they had an Elvis Fest, but
That must be a trip.
I would
Elvis
think
That
so.
would be fun.
I'd like to be in the plane that those guys are coming in on.
The Flying Elvises. Remember that movie?
Yeah, of course I do. That's why I said it. Thankfully, I scheduled a day to venture off and take in some sights. Going out to Lake Mead, Hoover Dam.
Sure.
It's interesting to see, how they've harnessed the power. It's also interesting to see how much water they've lost.
Ooh, yeah.
Holy chiboli.
Yeah.
I mean, it's unbelievable. Yet they keep building and building and building. I mean,
Well, all their water comes from California.
yeah, I know.
Right? Yeah. So
And
Bill, you're getting some love from Eileen at the Nash.
Eileen.
She work at the Nash?
Yes, and let me tell you about Eileen. She is amazing.
Can you say this on the air?
I'm going to tell you, Mike. This is the best thing.
Okay, go ahead.
She's Sicilian.
Oh, nice. All right.
Eileen, you should come on the show with us. Show us this stuff. What is
Eileen's
what,
in.
what department does she?
She's in promotions.
Oh, nice.
So when you go to get your free gift, she's usually
I thought you were
handling
going to
the gift.
say like she was in hospitality. She brought you the coffee. No, not for you. I mean, you go and you start looking at the scale.
Just a really nice person.
And she calls you Mr. Dorazio. So.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She doesn't know me really.
Valenti. Yeah.
Nice.
It ends in a vowel. How can you go wrong? You know what I mean? It's incredible. But anyway, it's nice to come across some nice people and we meet them. Like at the Encore lately, I've been getting close to Mike, the concierge, and I have a lot of fun with him. He's up there. He's in his late 60s, but my name for him when I walk in is, "Hey, Mikey." Everybody turns around, looks at him.
Mikey and Mike.
Mikey. I want to be like Mikey. But there is one thing that man will not do for you. Louis, I think it's time to say time for a commercial break. No?
Your call? Your show?
Okay. It's our show, pal. Our show. Don't put all the blame on me. Our show. Something goes wrong, it's our show.
The next segment is your show.
All right. All right. We're going to come back and we're going to have a Mikey tell us more.
Okay. Let's
All
hear
right.
it.
And you're going to learn something.
Looking forward to it.
Are you?
I am.
You're not hogging me or anything.
Waiting for the surprise.
All right. It's going to be about taxes.
Okay.
Ciao, this is Esther of You, Me, and Sicily. I want to talk to you about Tommy Amin and the great staff at Butcher Boy Market. Families, foodies, and home chefs come together at Butcher Boy to talk good food and create traditions. They offer the best in quality cuts of beef, pork, lamb, poultry, and restaurant-style steaks and chops. Produce? All of their produce is hand-selected to complement any meal or even to make it your main course. Their deli serves fresh roast beef, turkey, and beautiful imported Italian cold cuts, cheeses, and antipasto. And don't forget the Butcher Boy Bakery, featuring sweet delectables from all over the state, as well as their very own bakery. That's Butcher Boy, where the secret to a great steak is, of course, the steak. Located at 1077 Osgood Street in North Andover, Massachusetts, in the Butcher Boy Plaza. Ciao!
Legacy Care Law Firm provides estate planning and elder law services to people in the greater Merrimack Valley and southern New Hampshire areas with offices in North Andover and Woburn, Massachusetts, as well as Nashua and Salem, New Hampshire. Discussing family and financial matters with an attorney can be intimidating, but our goal is to help you prepare for the future as you preserve your legacy. We help clients qualify for government medical benefits and ensure their estates are preserved for their families so they don't need to worry about their estate being wiped out by high nursing home expenses. Legacy Care Law Firm attorneys are here to support your journey toward a more secure financial future.
This is Tom Zappala. Located in the heart of downtown Haverhill, the Haverhill Beef Company is a full-service, old-fashioned butcher shop and meat market that continues to be a valued family tradition since 1952. Peter and Monica Carboni's Haverhill Beef offers individualized service from an outstanding selection of marinated sirloin tips, homemade sausage, marinated chicken, and thick, juicy Chairman Reserve steaks. Your family deserves the best, so call Peter at 978-374-4795 or visit their website at www.haverhillbeef.com.
At Catadella Funeral Home, we reinvest in our business to provide your family with the best facilities. It begins with a beautifully landscaped exterior, parking for 250 vehicles, and a comfortable and inviting access to our renovated interior. Funerals can be costly, so you should review and compare plans to make sure you receive services that are fairly priced. I invite you to experience the Catadella difference in cost, facility, and service.
Catadella's, honoring and celebrating the lives of the people we loved, providing exceptional care since 1929.
Italian artisan cuisine combines simple, fresh ingredients with time-honored preparation to create an incredible culinary experience. At Tuscan Kitchen, located in Salem's historic Depot District, talented chefs prepare everything in-house from scratch for all to see. Guests enjoy their meal literally in our kitchen as food is prepared right in front of you. Wood ovens burn from morning till night, roasting vegetables, baking bread, and firing delightful thin-crust pizzas. Prime steaks are seared on a wood grill. A rotisserie slowly roasts marinated whole chickens and lamb, while a pasta maker creates fresh fettuccine. More than just artisan cuisine, Tuscan Kitchen features the wine bar, live entertainment, weekly wine tastings, and elegant private dining and event space. Call 603-952-4875 or visit TuscanKitchen.com to make a reservation and learn more about the culinary adventure that awaits. In Italy, cooking is an art form. Tuscan Kitchen. Experience artisan Italian.
Play more, earn more, win more at Encore Boston Harbor. Sign up for Win Rewards today and score $50 in free play instantly. Score even more as you play your favorite games. New members will also receive $25 in free play for every 100 tier credits earned playing with your new Win Rewards card. Highly rewarding instantly. Visit EncoreBostonHarbor.com for more information. New members only. Further terms and conditions apply. If you or a loved one is experiencing problems with gambling and needs support, call 833-277-5050 or visit gamblinghelplinema.org to speak with a trained specialist. Specialists are available 24/7 and services are free, confidential, and available in multiple languages.
This is Cindy.
And Mike Kunstler.
Owners and operators of Four Oaks Country Club and Grazie Italian Restaurant in Drake, Massachusetts.
Grazie Italian Restaurant is the hidden gem of the Merrimack Valley.
Why is that?
We have an incredible chef, Oscar Figueroa.
In the words of local famous chef and restaurant owner Lydia Shire,
Oscar thrives on hard work.
he is capable and gifted.
No one makes better food. Scallops, seared to perfection.
House-made ravioli with farm-fresh local corn.
And buttery, tender, lazy man's lobster, just to name a few.
You have to come experience Grazie Italian Restaurant for yourself.
Grazie Italian Restaurant, located at Four Oaks Country Club, 80 Meadow Creek Drive in Drake, Massachusetts. Hope to see you soon.
Hello, this is Rico Petroselli. Now it's time for Mikey Scratson. Time for Mikey. Oh,
right, hold on. Take two.
Hello, this is Rico Petroselli. Now it's time for Mikey. Tell us more.
Thank you, Rico. I'm not 100% sure, but I think. Taxes. Last week, April 15th, taxes were due. And, things have changed considerably about the way people file and all about the taxes, the way they're paid and stuff. But back in the 20th century, which wasn't too long ago, last-minute flyers weren't just rushing to the post office to make the tax day deadline. Many, believe it or not, were heading to a party. Did you know that?
No.
Oh, sure. That's what I'm here for. Because that's what Mikey's going to tell you more about.
Mikey, tell me more.
There you go.
That's it.
Before electronic filing became common, millions of Americans went to their local postal branch with their paper returns on April 15th. If you owed money, you always waited till the last minute.
Yeah.
Many post offices stayed open until midnight, and some of you may remember that. I do.
I do
But
too.
there aren't that many people that are my age anymore. You know, I'm getting to be a small amount here. And radio stations would set up. They would have fast food. They'd be offering coffees. I mean, it turned out to be and why did the post office become tax day central? There was so much going on, and they really catered to the people, last minute filers. They had bands, they had entertainment. They even had one post office even had a juggler. Across the country, post offices became mini street fairs. And the deadline, I believe, was 1955 that it got changed to April 15th. But Louis, you'll love this. In Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, right?
Okay. Yep.
They had Dunk, the IRS agent. Dunk, the IRS agent. So you paid $1, and then you threw the baseball at him, and he'd be sitting in the chair. And whatever money they raised went to charity.
Oh,
Smart.
that's cool.
I think that is so freaking nice. I love that. I absolutely love it. And Florida, same exact thing. They had Duncan, IRS agent for charity. And believe it or not, Louis, they actually had Playboy bunnies. They would have women show up at the post office to offer free massages.
Wow.
Okay.
What's there not to like? I mean, come on now, will you? I mean,
Tell my wife I'm going to the post office.
Get a massage from a bunny.
And you can't make this kind of stuff up. I mean, it's just crazy. Another one, I read this in the New York Times. They had the Alfred Packer Memorial String Band. I don't know them. I never heard of them before, but they would play the William Tell Overture as people were waiting in line to go into the post office to get their stuff filed. I mean, just crazy. And then all of a sudden, what happened? E-filing took over.
Sure.
And the technology changed, and the tax day parties, believe it or not, it was a sad day. They faded. E-filing became available in 1986, I believe it was. And by 2011, more than 3/4 of Americans were filing electronically, according to the IRS. And today that number is up much higher. Last year, 94% filed electronically.
Wow.
And this is a little segment that, that I wanted to share with you. I find it interesting. I found it actually kind of funny, to be honest with you. But I do remember the long lines, especially at the Lawrence Post Office. It was incredible. And, that concludes our Mikey segment for this week.
Okay,
And
so I got to ask,
Go ahead.
because for me, it's Prince related. Have you two ever been to a Playboy Club?
I have.
Never.
I
Never?
have. I have.
I've been to one
Yeah, I've been in one
Never been to a strip club either.
in Boston.
in Buffalo.
In Buffalo?
Yes. Do you remember Carl Strube? He used to have an office here. He worked for Polygram Records, and he had a.
No.
One day he was in the lunch office, and he was he had Prince tickets on the Purple Rain tour, and he's putting in envelopes and selling them, putting them out to radio stations. I said, "So you're not going to give me a pair of those tickets?" He goes, "Of course I am," and he handed them to me. I said, "Where are they?" Buffalo. Which was fine, because I got on the plane, I flew out to Buffalo, and in the International Hotel, which is across the street from the airport, they had a Playboy Club.
Oh, wow.
So it had a Playboy Club experience. I still remember Bunny Melanie. They had a tableside menu. She came over and made you a shrimp dish at the table.
Of course
at
you
the
did.
table.
Yeah.
Oh, it was,
Sure.
it's unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
We were
That's right.
speculating what kind of girls are they going to get for a Playboy Club in Buffalo.
They fly them in.
There's a farm somewhere. There's just no doubt about it. There's going to be a farm.
That's funny.
Well, you were smart by flying it because that's a long freaking drive.
Oh yeah, no, I wasn't going to drive that.
When Drew Bledsoe left the Patriots,
He went to
we
Buffalo.
drove out to Buffalo a couple of times. I actually met his father, who was a hell of a nice
He's a good guy. Yeah.
Really nice man.
And upstate New York is like the land that time forgot.
Tell me about it.
It's a long drive.
I'll tell you, good wine though. Some of those vineyards put out a damn good wine. I gotta tell you.
Drew puts out a good wine.
I'm sorry?
Drew puts out a good wine. He's got a
True.
winery. Yeah.
Yeah. Getting back to the slot machines. Any advice? What do you tell people? I mean,
Play with ones that make you feel lucky. Don't be fooled by ones that have pots.
how do you find out? I mentioned before about the machine payout. Where do you look for that is it on a machine? Do you have to research it? How do you find,
can't find it on a
return
machine.
on player?
You can't find it on a machine.
You can't find it on a machine.
No. But the
So
higher,
how do you
the
find
higher denomination, the more return to player there is, the higher payout. Right?
Yeah, I realize
Right,
that.
we
I mean,
know
if you're
that.
going to play $5,
Right.
you're going to the payout, the return will be more than say if you were paying.
Well, it's the amount of spins. So.
$1.25.
Casinos are never going to give you that information. Like
That's not public record. I thought they
No.
had to.
I thought they did too.
No, they can give you percentage overall by penny machines,
Right.
by 5 cent machines or whatever. But individual machines,
Individual
no,
machines, no. Yeah.
they don't have to.
So
They don't.
will vary from. Are you talking game to game or actual machine to machine?
Machine to machine.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's what I was wondering about. Does it
Yeah.
vary from machine to
It,
machine?
it does, because sometimes that bank of machines, 1 out of the 3 will pay.
Yeah.
Right? The other 2 won't pay as frequent.
Yeah.
They'll all pay, but not as frequent.
You know, there's a lot of people that will say to you, if you have a good size hit, get off the machine. That's BS.
No, get
That's
out of the
bull.
casino.
Yeah, that's more
Don't
right.
get off the
More
machine.
like it.
Get out of the casino.
You
Go
know,
home.
Yeah.
You know, Bill and I were talking, and a couple of weeks ago on a Sunday, we had stayed over at the Encore. And again, I play one machine probably 87-90% of the time. And I like it. But if it's cold and I lose my investment of $200, that's it. I'm gone. I don't go play anymore. But at night, after I've had my martini and a nice steak, I go back with a fresh $200. So my downsize is going to be for the whole day, $400.
Yeah.
And if you got a real nice room and you got a suite, it's worth a hell of a lot more than $400.
Right.
So in my mind, I'm saying, okay, well, I'm still ahead. I mean, that's how
No, I get you.
I
That's how I used to rationalize my Vegas trips.
But
Well, it's
Same
funny.
way.
My girlfriend and I have this discussion all the time because she'll come visit me up there, and I'll hand her $40 and go play the slots, and she gets so upset when she loses. I says, it's entertainment. You'd go to
You get
you'd go to a
right.
restaurant and pay
That's true.
$50.
That's true.
What do you care? You
It's
just
entertainment.
were you entertained?
yeah, it's too bad that some people play more than they should.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you know, there's a lot of families that
happens.
get broken up,
It happens.
you know, because of it.
Go to the movies, you pay $20.
Yeah. Nancy DeMarco wanted, Bill, I guess this is asked of you. Have you been to the Brook?
I have.
You have not.
I have.
Oh, you have.
Many times.
Okay.
Mhm.
In your opinion?
I like it. It's a casino. I mean, I used to go there all the time when I was betting the dogs. But would I prefer the Brook over the
You were there
Nash?
when it was a dog track?
When it was a dog track.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah, I did too.
But I would prefer if I go to a New Hampshire casino,
I was
would
underage too.
prefer the Nash over the.
If they were bringing when they brought the dogs out and they were bringing them, you know, to the starting gate, if the dog took a pee, it was the one I always bet because I figured he was lighter.
Well, no,
I don't know if that's I don't know if that's true.
They used to have adopt a dog program there too. When they retired the greyhounds, I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah.
Where you could pick up one of the dogs.
They're trying to get rid of the 2 last remaining dog tracks in the country.
Really?
Yeah, they're trying to do it by shutting off other states, and there's a effort
Florida.
in New Hampshire to stop the race book betting for dogs in New Hampshire, so you can't even bet them.
Really?
even though the track isn't in New Hampshire. Yeah,
They consider that cruelty.
yeah, there's a bunch of people.
Well,
consider
riding a
it.
horse around the track is cruel too.
Yeah,
I mean, really, you're forcing a horse to do something they're not used to doing. So
I'm getting back. I'm somewhat surprised at what you said about you can't on the machines. There's no information that tells you what the payout is. So, years ago, somebody told me that you could find out. I never took the time to look, but I'm a creature of habit, and as long as these old machines are around with just 3 lines,
just don't be fooled by the ones that have the full pots or the firecrackers that look like they're ready to go off. That's the biggest
I don't
mistake
even
players make.
I walk in.
It's just a visual aid.
It's the same routine. I walk in. I walk a certain aisle. I know when I got to go left. My machine is usually empty. I sit. But the other day, I had Aunt Grace was sitting on my machine, and I'm looking, and Aunt Grace was sitting and playing, and I looked, and she had $22. I said, "Well, I should be out of here in no time." That son of a gun managed to stay there for about a half an hour.
That's how it is in some machines.
I says, "For
Especially
Christ's
the
sake,
older
lady,
ones.
go home. Will you go do something else?"
I told you.
Once
I think are there more of the machines that Mike likes? It seems like at the Brook there's more.
Are there?
It
The
seems
old
like
the old style. The
I'm not
top dollars
counting.
and the
I'm not
$10
counting,
and
but it seems like
and he likes the 2 times, 5 times, 10 times.
Yeah.
That's the name of the machine.
Yeah.
And I noticed the Nash is starting to put some of those in now. They're getting they get one area downstairs where they're putting in the retro style slot.
Oh, that's good to know. Is it a dollar machine?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
it's like going both ways. They get the huge machines that are in a pile, and they just get the 5 foot high or 6 foot high screens and all that stuff, and then some of the old basic single reel machines.
Well, I think the only words that we really can say to people and words of advice that we need is do everything in moderation.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Do it in moderation. Hey, listen, next week, Esther will be with us. Looking forward to, we're going to chat about Sicily. We're going to talk about, since Zappala's been here in the country and home, she must have had a wonderful week's vacation or so without him around. Right? I'm only kidding. Hey, listen, take care. We hope you can join us next week. Eileen Valente, thank you. Thank you for joining us. This was good.
Yeah.
Take care. And if
See you soon, Eileen.
If I do go, I'm going to look her up and say hello.
Yep.
Yeah, she's nice. Very nice.
I'll mention your name. That'll get me what?
Probably the same as gets me.
0. Nandy. Take care, everybody.
Have a good weekend.